by saying congratulations on this EP. We've been playing the single Bats on our show, and it's been getting such amazing feedback, and I love the EP as well, so congratulations.
Thanks. I was totally thinking you were gonna say had such a negative feedback. It's been interesting. No, cheers for that, man. That's good. It's good to hear.
So, guys, tell us a little bit about this EP. Did you guys have any goals or anything when you went into it, or was it one of those albums where you just sat down and started writing?
It was definitely the second one.
Yeah, it was definitely planned. There was no accidents at all. Everything was perfectly planned. It was we had goals just to do what we wanted to do.
So tell
Literally
us a little.
Just no.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Literally do whatever we want to do, and make whatever music we wanted to make. Like, not worry about anything other than, oh, we like this. That's cool, and go from there.
So tell us a little bit about the writing process. What kind of things were influencing you guys when you were actually writing the tracks for this EP?
Well, musically, there was not much. I wasn't listening to much heavy music at the time. I was listening to a lot of like UK grime and stuff like that. So a lot of it derived from that. I found they had really good aggression that I didn't feel like a lot of heavy bands were capturing. So that was my main goal on the musical side. And Ravi can talk about lyrics because they're boring.
I agree. That's the main thing that I write. Very boring. I think we just kind of wanted to strip back and not kind of go too like convoluted or complex with the lyrics and just go pretty straight up heavy hitting. So I think at the time it was just writing about whatever we really felt like. So the cancel culture was something we definitely kind of wanted to focus on, and how we feel that a lot of that is just stupid. And that's why Bats is very much kind of just around a like new age witch hunt as a euphemism.
Yep.
And beyond that, we kind of just wanted to just write however we wanted to write in that moment. So there wasn't a whole lot of, I guess, like forward planning with the lyrics. It was just, this is what's coming out at this time. Let's run with that.
Songwriting is a great way to let things out when there's a topic like that's on your mind, rather than getting online and screaming at randoms on Facebook. Do you find it pretty cathartic to be able to sit down and write like something like you said with cancel culture? Did you find it cathartic to sit down and let your thoughts out on that?
Yeah, but it's also good to just scream at your phone. Like, no one's ever going to know, but you can just kind of yell at it and have a big public display of
Affection.
Yeah, let's go with affection. But I guess lyrics are always a good way to kind of be, you can kind of play around with little subtleties and everything, so you can kind of say exactly what you want to say. And especially with something like cancel culture, you can kind of do that in a way that's not necessarily going to have a like negative impact. Like even going out and saying that cancel culture is bullshit a lot of the time can have a negative kind of connotation to it.
I guess it'd be more three-dimensional. Like,
yeah,
the lyrics are deep, so you can take one thing and take another thing, you know. So I guess that's a good way to put it.
So how did the pandemic affect you guys with this EP as well? Like, did it affect the way that you guys were able to get together to work on it at all?
Not too much, to be fair. A lot of the way we work, you know, I'll focus on the music, get that done. We'll do copious amounts of demos and I constantly send them back and forth to Ravi. And then when he's ready to lay down some demos, I've got a studio set up at home and that's where we do it. Like, Bleed for the Crown is a song we released during the pandemic and we were able to go to a studio, record drums, do the rest of the production at my place, and actually shoot a music video during that whole time. So we met all the requirements that you had to meet at the time. And in terms of songwriting, it only helped really because there's no focus on shows, there's no focus on anything. It's just, let's just get music out, let's get music going. So we've got a big collection of music up our sleeve, ready to go for the stuff after this as well. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise for us.
Awesome.
I think the only other things with the pandemic itself was we kind of did, there was like when we did Bleed for the Crown, we actually also recorded, at least in part, that and
Mechanical Hannibals.
Yeah. So we were initially thinking, like, with Bleed for the Crown, it was going to be like a 3-track EP or like a list of 3 singles. And then as the kind of pandemic was going, we didn't really feel that those 2 additional songs were quite ready to release with Bleed for the Crown, and that's where we then kind of held that off to then become part of the Maddest Medicine EP. So those 2 tracks were really the kind of starting point for the rest of the EP that we've just launched.
So, yeah, a lot of bands did actually find that during that time they were able to write a lot more because they weren't on the road, they weren't doing shows or anything like that. So, did you actually find that a good time to kind of regroup, refresh, and concentrate on some songwriting?
Yeah, our pattern never changes. We're always writing. There's always new stuff we've got. It's just a case of when we want to release it and get it going. And now moving forward, I know we've got more plans to constantly release more, and shows will come and go as we want to do them. Like, we're not a band that has to play shows to survive. Not at this stage anyway. I don't ever want to be playing shows because I have to.
Yep.
So we're quite fluid in that manner. So yeah, it was pretty similar during the pandemic as it has been before, and as it will be moving forward. So yeah.
Definitely. And you worked with Shane Edwards on this album as well. Did you guys have to go to Thailand at all to record, or was it all done here?
Not this time. We have done in the past for the EP and the album, and stuff like that we did previously. Worked with Shane for years, ever since he was in Sydney, and he's a very good friend of ours, and a integral part of the vision that we've got, especially when it comes to production.
Yeah.
Most of it was done via myself and a friend of ours called Gareth. He has a studio north side of Brizzy. Together we did a lot, and then I was on FaceTime with Shane, mixing and mastering the whole EP. So I was pretty much involved a lot in that process. Like, it will be, I can't remember what the time difference is, but pretty much I'll be up most of the night, video calling him, and you can screen share from the studio, so I can physically move knobs and stuff like that I need to. So yeah, it's a team effort. So I guess in a sense we were kind of there.
Yeah. I was going to say, you've worked with Shane so many times now. What is it about Shane, why you keep going back to him, and what do you feel that he brings to your music?
Well, I can't say much that's not PG related. But it's, he just, when you've got a vision for something, you need someone who can portray that right. He always does that, and he's one of the best people to work with. More heavy bands need to go with him because he's like he does a lot of mainstream stuff now and all that sort of stuff, but he gets a different sound from what you're going to hear from your regular heavy producers, and that's what we like.
Yeah.
I think he also had like a build, even since we did the Save Yourself EP with him, and I think Rehab is Complete is like a very old song with him back in like 2012. Like, it was just an immediate feeling of comfortability with Shane, and he just really clicked with us as people, let alone as a really solid producer. And so that relationship's always been very sound, and when you kind of got that, you don't really want to lose that and go off somewhere else where you're potentially not going to have that same kind of click. And especially now, as he's had such a impact on the band, it's a really solid and sound relationship that's then resulted in very cool music coming out.
Awesome. So where to now for you guys? The EP's out. It's doing really well with people. People are falling in love with it. So what next for you guys? You said you've got more tracks ready to go. Can we expect another EP in the next 12 months, or are you going to head out and do shows? What next?
Anything and everything. We've got a few more videos planned, and a few more videos planned we want to do for this EP to push that. And in the meantime, we'll be putting some new tunes down, and then probably more in the new year we'll be playing some shows. There's been a lot of people asking. We've been holding off for the right time, and the new year is looking very, very good.
Well, that is great news for all of your fans out there. But guys, right now we're going to play Bats on the show once again. What would you like to say to everybody out there, not only before they take a listen to the track again, but before they go out and take a listen to the whole EP, we're hoping as well?
Punch your grandmother.
Yeah, I'd agree thoroughly with that.
My grandmother.
We want to thank everyone for the support. It's so good. Like, it's a very difficult time to release. Very difficult time to do anything, really. There's just a floodgate of music coming, and the fact that people are listening to our shit means a lot to us. It's really good.